There are many narrow stretches of water connecting the continents of Europe and Africa, but the Strait of Gibraltar is the one that everyone knows. This 15-kilometer wide waterway separates Spain from Morocco and connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea, and because it's so well known, we know more about it than any other sea. For example, we know exactly how deep it is. This is the Strait of Gibraltar. It's 14 miles wide at its narrowest point and reaches a maximum depth of over 900 feet, almost 300 meters. That's deeper than the average swimming pool. And like all bodies of water, the strait has currents. In fact, it has two strong currents: the Canary Current and the Moroccan Current. They run in opposite directions and are responsible for mixing the cold water of the Gulf Stream with the warm tropical waters of the Atlantic. But at depth of almost 1,000 meters and some fast-flowing currents are not the reasons why there is no bridge or tunnel connecting Spain and Morocco. The real reason is right below the surface. Welcome to my channel. The African and Eurasian tectonic plates are moving apart at a rate of 2 centimeters per year. This means that if you were to build a bridge or a tunnel, it would not stay in one piece for very long. In fact, the entire strait could be pulled apart by the relentless force of nature, which is estimated to be around 8,000 times stronger than the force required to demolish the World Trade Center. That is one powerful force that no human-made structure can withstand. So don't be surprised that the only fixed link between the two continents is a suspension bridge. The first of its kind ever built, opened in 1826, and was a toll bridge until 1969. It is called the Brooklyn Bridge because when it was built, the longest span of the bridge was 1,110 feet, the same length as the main span of the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. In 1951, an underwater tunnel was proposed to connect Tangier in Morocco to Tarifa in Spain. The idea was to use the air cushion method, basically digging a trench, placing an inflatable tube inside and filling it with air. Then the surrounding area would be flooded and the tube would keep the shaft dry. But the project was never finished because the technology was not reliable. In 2003, a new proposal was made to build a bridge across the strait using prefabricated segments that could be assembled on site. The bridge would be 17 kilometers long and 45 meters wide. It would have 4 lanes of traffic, high-speed rail, as well as a pedestrian walkway. The cost of such a project would be around 6 billion euros. But before any of these projects can be considered seriously, we need to know what's going on below the seabed. That's why in 2007, Spain started the Lugi-Rías-Baixas project, an extensive research project to study the geology of the area. Researchers used a variety of methods such as seismic reflection, gravity, and magnetic measurements to create detailed maps of the sea. It turns out that beneath the strait there is an ancient ocean trench, the remnants of an ancient ocean that existed between Africa and Europe before the continents collided. The discovery of the trench confirmed that the bottom of the strait is not suitable for building a bridge or a tunnel, because it is too deep and the ground is too weak. However, the Lugas-Caldas project also revealed something else: a vast accumulation of gas and oil deposits beneath the seabed. The amount of oil and gas in the strait is estimated to be worth around 1.5 trillion euros. So while it may be impossible to build a bridge or a tunnel, it is possible to extract all that oil and gas, which is exactly what Spain and Morocco are doing now. They've signed a number of agreements to jointly explore and exploit the resources of the strait, which will make both countries rich for decades to come. And who knows, maybe one day they'll even build that bridge. What do you think? Would you cross the Strait of Gibraltar by car, by train, or by boat? Let me know in the comments. Also, remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.